Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're talking about my Office Siren editorial look that I just shot, and I'm going to give you some lighting breakdowns of how I achieved these looks and break down my thought process behind the shoot. The concept was to take everyday office elements, desk, phones, folders, post-it notes, and flip them into something bold, editorial, and a little provocative. Think Devil Wears Prada in a studio, but a little bit more playful. When it came to lighting, I kept all the looks consistent. So my main key light was the Forza 500 modified with a beauty dish. And I had that shooting through a large diffusion frame, like one of those 5-in-1 reflectors. This gave me really flattering light, but it was still controlled because I had the beauty dish, so I could kind of angle it the way I wanted. And for the backlight and top light, kind of the same thing, I used the Amaran 300C with a soft strip box. And I had it kind of boomed overhead and slightly behind, so it was like a top light / hair light. I shot this campaign on 2 different cameras to get the best of both worlds. All of the photos and some video clips were captured on the Canon R5C. I love the versatility of this camera. It's compact, it shoots incredible stills, and it delivers a cinematic video and image. The rest of the video clips was shot on the Canon C70 and also the behind the scenes. It's my true workhorse of a camera, amazing dynamic range, built-in ND filters, so I love cameras that are versatile and functional. Now the story is told through different looks. The first look is all about structure and power, tailored suits, glasses, and a desk as her stage. Think a business CEO or a financial trader or something like that, like Wolf of Wall Street vibes. Now, when it came to the first look, I kept this really bright, so I had all the lights really maxed out as bright as they could get. And my ISO, I cranked it up a little bit. I really wanted it to feel more bright and inviting, and that was kind of the vibe for the first look. That first look, I love the way it turned out, and here's the images. The second look is all about playful chaos. It's post-it notes everywhere, folders and props on the floor, and her body language as it shifts a little bit more fun and playful, and had her spinning around in the chair and taking calls and writing notes. I really like that vibe. When it came down to the second look, I dialed down the key light a little bit. I let the backlight wrap around her a little bit more, and I played around with more of the playful positioning and, posing for that particular shot. And that was the second look, and I am just really blown away with how these images turned out. And then the final look strips it down to like a pure drama, bold poses, almost like a fashion shoot with a minimal set dressing, you know, glasses, lingerie, shadows. I pushed up the contrast, I lowered the fill light and the key light, and I had it a little bit more moodier, and I kind of had everything go into shadows, and I tried to carve out her body a little bit. I did actually add in some of the images a third light, I forgot. I used a Amaran 200D and I shot it between two V-flats. So we had just a bare bulb, you know, strip of light hitting her on the side. So on the third look, I did actually use a third light. I totally forgot, but I actually used a 200D on that, on the third look to give it a little bit more of a highlight on the face. This shoot was a perfect example of how you can tell a full story with just a couple of lights, smart styling, smart props, and just trying to keep that theme consistent. When I was shooting this, I was like, okay, first look, we have the, you know, the table, we have the computer, we have the keyboard, we have the work phone. How do we shift to the second look and still keep that office theme? It's like, okay, keep the phone, throw some folders on the floor, throw some papers on the floor, have her throw, you know, papers in the air. And then it was like, okay, third look, how do I make another look out of this? Okay, keep the phone. The phone is kind of like the consistent theme here. But let's make it like lingerie and more sexy, and then we'll make it a little bit moodier with the lighting, and we'll throw a couple things in there, maybe a briefcase. And I felt like that's kind of how we kind of messed around with this video and with the shoot, and we kind of tried to keep the theme there, and I really enjoyed the images that I got, and I'm really excited how this actually turned out. Now that's all I have to say about my Office Siren photo shoot. If you have any questions about videography or photography, hit me up in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace.